Passionate from miles away. Passive with the things you say.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a get ready with me story time. It's amazing how many things you can remember that happened in your life that seem like such little situations, and then when you think back on them, you're just like, that was kind of like a real messed up situation. Like, what? It's kind of like funny because one story unlocks another memory in my head. And after I told the first story about how I found out that I was a side chick, I watched that video back a couple times, and I remembered that was not the only time that I was somebody's side chick. It unlocked the memory in my brain of the time that I was this dude's side chick for many years on and off and never had a clue.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I use the word side chick as just like a blanket term because he was not my boyfriend. We were not together, but we were seeing each other. So yeah, this is that story. If you're interested in hearing it, just keep watching. I'm gonna be getting ready and doing this makeup throughout the video, and let's just jump into the video. Okay, so I already did my eyebrows and everything. I did them off camera because it takes way too long. But just like always, everything that I use is going to be down below in the description box. This story is a little different because I had to have all of the, the receipts pulled up on my phone so that I can remember certain stuff that was said, because I literally pushed this situation so far back in my brain that I completely forgot about it. So the actual situation happened in about October 2017, but I met this person way before then. I'm gonna start doing my makeup, so I'm gonna give him a name. We could call him, let's just call him Dion. So I met Dion on Twitter because like in 2014, I think that's when I met him. He just was in my DMs, but not on some like creepy stuff. Like, it literally was just a conversation. We speak every now and then on social media, but at the time I was still fooling with old boy from my first story time where I found out that I was a side chick. I was still dealing with him, so I really wasn't dealing with nobody else. Should have been, but whatever. When Dion was in my DMs, it never was anything more than just, friendly conversation. Fast forward to after I stopped dealing with a boy from the first story time, and my conversations with Dion started to be more flirtatious, but still not like it. The vibe was never, let's be together, let's date. Like, that was never it. Like, we were just friends, I would say, like barely that. And we were two people who were grown enough to be attracted to each other and grown enough to do what we wanted to do. And we never like did that. Like, we never, yeah. But like, we would, yeah.
What the fuck is he talking about?
That really was the extent of our relationship for a long time. For honestly, the entire duration of our situation. If we were both single, I'm not dating anyone, you're not dating anyone, let's just kick it together, like, Now notice I said if we're both single. I do not play that relationship stuff. I don't even want to have text message conversation with a man with a girlfriend. Like, what do we need to talk about? Talk to your girlfriend. Like, I really just don't play that. I'm not gonna talk to you if I have a boyfriend. That's just period. Like, that's just me. I'm not doing that. 2017 October-ish, me and my mother were going to a nail salon. That was what me and my mom did together. We would go get our nails done together often. And one day we went to the nail salon and I posted a picture of my nails on my Snapchat. After I posted the picture, there was a taco place right beside my nail salon. So I walked over to the taco place from my nail salon and I ordered some tacos, and as I was about to sit down and eat my tacos, I get a text message from Dion. Where you at? He's seen my nails, so I know he knows that I was at the nail salon. I message him back and I'm like, I'm at this place. Tell him the name of the taco place that I'm at. So he's like, oh, you should come over. Any other time that I would go to his house, he lived like a little far from where I lived. I was like, I'm not coming all the way to your house. He messaged me back and was like, no, I just moved. And he told me where he moved, and it was a city that was closer to where I lived. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. He was like, I'm gonna come get you. I'm like, all right, bet. I forgot to mention that any other time that I would go to his house, he had roommates. I've never seen them, never heard of them, because I would only go to his house at night. But I knew he had roommates because, like, I know he didn't live there by himself. So this time when he told me that he moved, I'm like, oh, okay, he finally moved. Great, cool. So he comes, he pulls up, tells me he's outside. I get in his car. Everything is just regular, like regular conversation or whatever. Like, you know, the way there, he's telling me how, like, you know, he moved out of the spot he used to live in. And he was like, I just moved here. Like, literally, I just moved here. He still has boxes and stuff all over his house. I'm just like, oh, it's all right. Like, you know, just regular conversation, telling me about his move and stuff. The first thing I noticed is there are, like, you know, a bunch of boxes. He just said he just moved in. Like, there's no furniture, there's nothing. So it's very clear that he just moved into this apartment, like he said. That. So he walks me over to, like, the kitchen. I said I had to eat my tacos. And do you know how when you're in, like, a new environment, at least me, when I'm in a new environment, somewhere I've never been before, I look around like I'm very curious. I see a pair of shoes. Now, these shoes stuck out to me because they weren't men's shoes. I actually owned a pair of these shoes. Now, like I said, me and him only fooled with each other when we were both single, as far as I knew. I literally was about to ask him about the shoes when he started talking to me about a party he was gonna have. It was supposed to be like a fight or something. I be so unaware, but like the thing that made me remember that it was August and not October was, yeah, it was a fight party he was gonna have. It was Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. They were gonna fight. So that's what made me remember that it was August, not October. So yeah, he was having a fight party. It's like, you know, I'm inviting a bunch of people to my house. You should come. If he has a girlfriend, he wouldn't invite me to his fight party, right? Like, wouldn't his girlfriend be at the fight party? Men cannot be that stupid. This is me just giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, there's no way this nigga would do that. I explained the shoes away in my own mind. And furthermore, like I said, like, he knows me. He knows I'm not gonna mess with him if he has a girlfriend. Like, I've made that abundantly clear multiple times. So I carried on with regular conversation with him. And when I was done my tacos, he was like, you want to watch a movie and smoke? We go in his room. He pulls out his laptop so we can watch Netflix. Okay, I had to put on my lashes because, yeah, it was getting real ghetto. We're watching the movie for however long we're watching the movie. And things start leading to other things. Now, like I had said previously, we never... You know, that wasn't happening for me. Like, I don't know why. Actually, I know why. And then, yeah, that was what was going on. So in the midst of that, I randomly just start, like, taking observation of the room. I look around the room and what do I see? A yoga mat. This nigga do not do yoga. And he especially ain't using no bright pink yoga mat. So y'all, I noticed this yoga mat in the middle of my observations while he was, you know. So did I end the festivities? No. And I'm a little messed up for that because I should have. But I did it and it ain't nothing I could do about that, okay? However, soon as that was over, like, I was just like, hey, I'm ready to go home. He was like, okay, let me take you home. So I'm not even really talking to him the whole rest of the trip to my house. I hop out the car, I go inside, and that's really it. Like, I don't call him no more after this. I don't speak to him. He texts me, I don't respond. That's kind of like really it for me and him. Because first of all, it is very sexually irresponsible to lie about who you're having sex with to someone who you're trying to be sexually intimate with. If you don't feel like you have to expose your sexual activity to the person who you're trying to be sexually intimate with and give them a choice as to whether or not they want to deal with you, you are absolutely wrong. Your business ain't everybody's business, but if you trying to be in my business with your business is my business. Furthermore, there are women in the world that are absolutely okay with being a side chick, okay? You tell them you have a girlfriend and they'll still deal with you to some capacity because that's just what they want to do. But to some women, that headache is well worth it. I am not that woman. I don't want to be your side chick. If I'm asking you if you have a girlfriend and you're saying no, I'm taking that at face value. Like, because why are you lying? This was just one of the many times in life that I learned that men will lie to you for absolutely no reason. I don't even want to just say men. People lie for no reason other than the fact that they want to lie. So, like I said before, when he dropped me off that day, I pretty much was done with him. Like, I didn't go over his house again. I didn't make no, like, contact with him. I didn't have a reason to. I may not have known all the details of the situation, but I could use enough of my context clues to see that you were very clearly not being honest about something. So, after a little bit of time, he came and he reached out to me on Twitter, as they always do. He's basically like, you know, I haven't heard from you. Did you get a new number? Like, why haven't I heard from you? Like, did I do something wrong? I was just like, you know, I don't really have a reason to talk to you. He's like, why? So I bring up the fact that when I was at his house, I saw too many things that point to him having a girlfriend. And he's basically like, what are you talking about? I don't have a girlfriend. Like, what are you talking about? I don't have no girlfriend. Like, I live by myself. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would I have a girlfriend? If I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't be messing with you. Like, you know me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, yeah, I thought I knew you. I thought you wouldn't do nothing this corny either, but here we are. So he's like, no, like, this gotta be a misunderstanding. What are you talking about? Like, there were things in your house that belong to a woman. I am not stupid. I know what I saw. You can't explain this away. Like, you don't even have a reason to lie to me, so I don't know why you would lie to me. Like, I thought we were better than that. You know, we always been cool, blah, blah, blah. Why would you lie to me like that? Like, my feelings are more hurt that you lied than anything. Like, pulling out all that shit. Like, my feelings not even hurt. I'm just like, why would you play with me like that? So he messages me and he says, I deserve everything you giving me right now because you always been cool and upfront with me. I say, yeah, here we are. So later in the conversation, like the next message, I ask him, are you ready to admit that you had a girlfriend that day? Like, you had a girl. There's no way you had a girlfriend. He says, I honestly had no girlfriend, but I did have a friend with benefits I've known for some times. And I said, her stuff was in your apartment. Like, stop trying to gaslight me. Talking about a friend with benefits. Like, no, you didn't have a friend with benefits leaving her stuff at your apartment. Like, what are you doing? He says, people leave things places all the time. And at this point, I'm like, bruh, I seen a yoga mat. I seen a pair of panties. I forgot to mention that while all this was going on, I also seen a pair of underwear. And that was when I was just like, okay, it's time for me to go. I said, I seen a yoga mat, pair of panties, some shoes. Like, come on. And he's still messaging me, still gaslighting me, still lying, all this stuff. So I'm going to put the screenshots of the messages and you can read them like in detail if you want. But just know that the whole conversation was basically him like trying to apologize for it and telling me that he was wrong, blah, blah, blah.
So these are the messages. These were the ones that I was reading. And you can pause to read these ones if you want to. But these ones are the ones that I didn't read from him. And he was basically just explaining further and apologizing further without really apologizing or acknowledging that he was lying. But then he was telling me how he would do better to avoid me feeling like he was lying ever again. And I almost kind of believed him. I don't know why, but I almost believed him.
So after his mediocre apology and him all but doubling down on the lies he was telling. We didn't really talk after that like that. Like I said, we don't have no reason to talk. Like, what are we gonna talk about? I don't have nothing to say to you. You're a liar. I don't like that. You're not gonna admit to lying. What else is there that needs to be said? Like, so you would think that that would be the end of it.
That is not correct.
That won't the end of it. Around the beginning of 2018, I was in a relationship. I actually had just started dating my son's father. I completely moved on past this situation with Dion. I don't even speak to him at this point like that. Like, I think like maybe if I would tweet something, he might retweet it or randomly be like, how you doing? But me and him, we are not checking for each other. It's May 2018. I'm on my way home from work and I get a notification on my phone that someone is trying to send me a message on Twitter. So I open my Twitter or whatever and I go to the message request because I don't follow this person. They don't follow me, so they can't just message me. It goes to the request. I go to the message request and it's this girl. So I click on the message from this girl and I see that it is a long message filled with photos that are screenshots of other text messages. And I'm like, what is going on? So like I said at the time, I'm not even talking to old boy. Like, I have not spoken to him. We are not, it's not that with us. So when I see this, I already think like, oh my God, this girl's about to tell me she fucking my boyfriend. I read the message and she's like, hi love, you don't know me at all and this is random. This is in no way, shape or form me bringing drama to your life either. I just want to look out for you when it comes to these lying men, to be honest. Now I've come across, and then she puts his @name on Twitter, telling you he didn't have a girlfriend. I really want to know how long he's been telling you that, because he and I have been together on and off for 5 years and consecutively for 2.5, 3. That's not important because he told you that he didn't have a girlfriend. It's sad that men would lie like that, especially about an apartment that was mine and in my name. His name wasn't even on the lease. Here's just some text messages from April from Dion. Please stay away from him. He's toxic and you're too pretty. But I can tell from your messages you didn't believe him at all, which you shouldn't have. But I feel hella embarrassed because he's the one who tried to force a relationship on me. Just read these. I don't know if you'll reply. I just want to look out for you. And then y'all, it's like a bunch of text messages between him and her. And like when you read the messages, he's very much delusional. Like, this was his girlfriend and she was complaining basically in the messages about him not being shit. And like, she just had her suspicions that he wasn't shit. And girl, you was completely right, because he was telling me since I've known him that he doesn't have a girlfriend. And if she messaged me in 2018 and they have been on and off for 5 years, then since I've known him, he had a girlfriend multiple times, and it was her. This apartment was in her, y'all. I felt so bad. Like, I felt so disgusted, and I literally let a nigga make me his side once again. So she sent me all the messages, and then she was just like, I just want to put these out there because I had to be made a fool out of. If you end up telling Dion all this, just tell him I want to see. Then they had their dog together, I guess. And so she just put the dog's name. So I responded to her and was just like, girl, thank you. LOL, I already knew he was a liar, but you just showed me how much of a liar he really is. I'm not even tripping off of him. I'm happy. Probably won't tell him everything you showed me, but I'll definitely tell him you want to see the dog. I messaged him and just show him everything that the girl had sent me. And I was just like, she wants to see the dog. And do you know, I said all this stuff about the girl telling me all of the business and me being right the entire time, and he did have a girlfriend. Do you know I said all that, and all he said was, tell her I don't have the dog anymore.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
Like, this is really where my origin story of being a villain starts, with men who just be lying to me and do not be caring. Like, oh my God. And the only thing you could think to say to that is tell her I don't have the dog. That really was it. After that, he tried to message me a couple times. Like last year, I think was the last time he messaged me, and he asked me was I still in a relationship. Like, and I'm pretty sure one of my responses to him was just like, I'm not in a relationship, but you are. Because I'm pretty sure I seen him say something on my Twitter about having a girlfriend. And he was like, yeah, I do have a girlfriend. And I'm like, okay, so leave me alone. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not going through that again. But other than that, I don't talk to him. Like I said, I haven't spoken to him in forever. I only thought about this story because I just be thinking sometimes and stuff just randomly pops into my head, but I literally push this in the back of my brain. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is listen to your gut. When you see something, you're probably right. Don't let these motherfuckers gaslight you. Ignoring your instincts is how you end up with women coming to you as a woman in your DMs. Also, don't play people, okay? Because I could have been crazy and wanted to do something to him for lying to me. Like, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell so you're notified every time I post. Also, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter because I'll be there. And until next time, I will see you later.